Hello again, it's time for another random Raw review. Tonight we're going to be looking at the September 27th, 2010 Raw Go Home Show for the Hell in a Cell, which is included on this Blu-ray. It's a special feature, as I talked about in another video. Alright, so let's get to it. Here we go. Alright, so we start out with classic intro video, Nickelback era, going out tonight. Whatever. The video package starts with Miz and Alex Riley beating up Daniel Bryan. Pretty good video. Yeah, really a slow, awesome kind of ending there with a cool little song. Alright. Apparently, Hell in a Cell is one of the year's most important pay-per-views. That's what Michael Cole says anyway. See, I was under the impression that Hell in a Cell is just a money grab, but anyway. And I don't remember the 2010 Hell in a Cell being that important at all. I think there were 5 or 6 other pay-per-views that were more important. Not even, besides just the big 4, there was, several other ones probably more important. It'd probably be one of the least important. Anyway, Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho in the main event. We're opening with The Miz and Alex Riley versus Daniel Bryan and John Morrison. Although we don't know it's John Morrison yet. I kind of jumped the gun there, but anyway. Oh, by the way, Alex Riley, how did John Cena bury you? If you watched the video? I don't know. I'm curious. How did he bury you? Just let us know. So, Miz comes out with a mic. He says Daniel is like a guy who thinks he wins hundreds of millions of dollars, or he wins $100 million in the lottery, and he thinks he's going to win every time he plays. Unless he had a serious gambling or drug problem, why would a guy need to play the lottery after winning $100 million? Seems a little weird. Maybe he got scammed by Johnny Cash for gold? Alright, Miz wants to know who Daniel's partner is, and who he would even know how to compete with him. I wrote that really weird. Who would know how to compete with the Miz, better. Pronouns, pal! He gets his "I'm awesome" interrupted by John Morrison's music. Second time that's happened in this promo, with Daniel doing the first. So we get Michael Cole actually doing a really good job of hyping up that Morrison took Sheamus to the limit a couple weeks ago. Very good, Michael. He did good on that. Alright, we start out, we get some cool front drop kick from Morrison, some good kicks from Daniel Bryan. John with a cool crossbody counter to Miz while he's trying to do a back suplex. You know the one. A Michinoku driver from Alex Riley. Didn't expect that. That was pretty good. I think it was funny on the commentary that they mentioned Miz was on the cover of GQ, according to Cole. Jerry doesn't believe it and says, Gentleman's Quarterly? Yes, Burger King. That is the name of the magazine. Okay, I looked it up, by the way. I did look it up. As a note say, this is weird. Apparently, he wasn't on the cover, but a year later, he had an article about him inside of it. So, maybe he was supposed to be on the cover and he got scrapped. Maybe they just made up a weird lie. Maybe they got the magazine cover wrong that he was on. I don't know. Maybe Cole's lying. But Burger King should have went along with it. He's told way bigger whoppers before this, let's be honest. Sick German suplex from Bryan to Miz. Miz used a brief distraction to Bryan to knock Morrison off the apron and hit the scroll-crushing finale for the win. WTF. There you go, or FTW. Suddenly, after the match, everybody's fighting everybody. Everybody fights. Morrison hits the crossbody out the barricade. It looked cool. Noah Kaiba, the anonymous Raw General Manager, makes a triple threat submissions count anywhere U.S. title match. Pretty cool match, even if I don't think Morrison had a submission this time. He might have had one, but I don't know what it would have been. It's not one that he did a lot of times, maybe just kind of every once in a while. Obviously, the match is on the pay-per-view here on this Blu-ray, and it's a really good match, and I recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it. It's an underrated banger. They do some fun stuff with that. Nearly everything Morrison and Miz did against each other, and Bryan and Miz did against each other is pretty much underrated. Just go watch this stuff. It's good. Anyway, the tag match is only about 8 minutes long, but it was really good, and the post-match was amazing. It's a fun opening segment, told a good story. 3 lightning bolts out of 5 for me. Okay, we got a Divas Battle Royal tournament, the number 1 contender for the Divas title. Who would have thunk it? Time for an ad break. This YouTube video is sponsored by Lade Femboy Legends. Get your freak out with some of the finest femboys today. just kidding. I got you today. Okay, we got 9 divas. We have Nikki Bella, Nikki and Brie Bella, Maurice, Alicia Fox, Tamina. Gail Kim. Melina. Yes, just saw her in a Royal Rumble. She was in it longer. Apparently that was a botch. Fucking hell. We deserve more Melina, damn it. She looked fantastic though. Eve Torres, who we need to believe in. And Natalya, who is the only woman who's still wrestling full. No, her and Tamina are. Okay, so you got two here. Alright, late cool on commentary. Oh yeah, this is where they had the stupid rule in Battle Royals for the women that you give through any ropes, you're eliminated. Kind of dumb, I hated that, but I did like the fact that Victoria would do a spot where she'd go through the bottom rope and like really oversell it. Like, that was cool. Like somebody would kick her. Okay, Divas eliminated fast. Layla calls Melina Lady Wah Wah. Yeah, oh, that's good, buddy. It's kind of cringe, but Lay Cool do a they can't touch us, stop, Lay Cool time joke like that. I thought that was funny. It's goofy, but it's over. It fits their gimmick, at least. It's the kind of joke I would make. Tamina did something pretty cool. She alley-ooped Gail Kim onto the top rope to eliminate her. You know, she like and she like bounced the rope. That looked nice. Thumbs up to Tamina. Burger King tells Lay Cool to pay attention to the action instead of talking about themselves, which is so funny coming from him. Oh, the hypocrisy. Eve Crispin walks Tamina out of the ring. She suplexes her over the rope from a counter. Yeah. The Beltons try to do a drop kick and both go under the bottom rope. And Layla mentions that's how they slid out of there. She trails off. Oh, the next line is literally Michelle McCoy saying that that's how they were born. So, pretty funny for PGR especially. Alright, Michelle says she likes Jillian singing better than King's commentary. Based, and me too. That eliminates Alicia Fox by winning. To win by doing a backdrop reverse to powerbomb thing. That's pretty cool. Layla looks shocked. They must know Natalya has wrestled the most matches in WWE history. Or whatever the fuck. The boat, of course. Layla literally acted like Natalya's Rosemary or something. What's going on here? Anyway, not much of the match, but Layla were kind of funny. 1.5 landing bolt. We get Baris in the back, wearing a very awesome shiny leopard attire. And she's complaining in French about losing a battle royal. Her boyfriend, Ted DiBiase Jr. So he doesn't care, which is funny, because that's what people would say about Ted DiBiase Jr. in 2022 as well. Hey, you hear about Ted DiBiase Jr.? I don't care. Ted is bad because he said Maurice cost him the victory last week against Eve and R-Truth. That's a stupid thing to be mad about. It's not like it was the Mixed Match Challenge. Like, who gives a shit, Ted? Just fucking get a match on this show and win. Yeah. He gets a note that says, next week, you will be mine. If you don't remember, or you just don't know, it was revealed to be Goldust, who won the $1 Million Championship. Because Ted DiBiase had at this point given to him from his dad. And it's an okay base card story for 2010. It's nowhere near as none of the matches they had from it were nowhere near as good as any of the matches that Dustin Rhodes could have in 2022 or 2021 for that matter. But it's fun. You know what I'm saying? And now here's Sheamus, who's facing Randy Orton for the WWE Championship this Sunday. Inside out, what's up? He tells a story. This might be probably one of his most famous promos about a prince, or these two princes in Ireland. They had to win a race. And to see who was going to rule the kingdom. And one prince realized he was going to lose. So he cut off his hand. And he threw it. Because the rules were whoever touched the kingdom first in this race would be the winner. And he threw it so his head touched the kingdom. And therefore he was a winner. And he says, I'm willing to cut off my own hand to be WWE champion. That's a pretty cool line. He says he's a fiery red hand. Yeah, I don't think he ever did anything with it. Like, I don't think he ever had a move called the fiery red hand. And he should have had some kind of punch or slap or something. I don't know. You know, just saying. It was a pretty cool line though. The promo, at least I think people might remember about Sheamus, maybe not. Probably right up there with him saying he is the bar to Jeff Hardy. Yeah. Anyway. He talks about ending Triple H's career, which is pretty funny. And nah dude, you're about a decade off for that. Nice try. And he says he's calling out any WWE superstar with a set of tires to face him right now. What does that even mean? Hell, is that supposed to be is this a PG way to say balls? Alright, fella, you got a set of tires there? You got all your tires? I don't think you have any tires. Have you rotated your tires lately? Are your tires out of gas? Fella! I apologize. That was a terrible Irish accent, but you know, is this Irish slang maybe? Comment below if you know what he's talking about, because I can't figure it out. I know gas in wrestling means something. Tires? Was this man just, I mean, I think Sheamus is like a race car fan. Maybe he just wanted to throw it in there. Like saying, you got the tires, the face me fella. Like, it didn't really work though. Then, okay. W Hall of Famer, the great Khali answers. That feels weird to say. Michael Cole just straight up mentioned Mick Foley has a new book coming out Friday. And that's weird because it's called Countdown to Lockdown. He was in TNA at this point, and the book is about TNA. It felt weird to hear them just mention this casually. Like, to put an example, like it would be like if you tuned in, and I don't think this happened. I haven't watched every Raw and SmackDown over the last few weeks, but I mean, I think it came out a few months ago anyway. But like, if you just heard Michael go, good friend of WWE, John Moxley has a new book coming out this week called Moxley. Like, it's just very strange to hear, but cool. I mean, at least they promote it. That's cool. It's good to see W not be petty, to be honest. This must have been around a weird time when they were kind of friendly with TNA for whatever reason. Then it all went to shits, and I don't know. We got about 2 minutes before Sheamus hits Khali with the little office chair. Cole sits in for DQ. What is he at the point of this? Khali was near the end of his career at this point. They could take a loss. This did Sheamus no favors. I can't believe I'm actually asking for more time in a great Khali match. What the fuck is wrong with me? Sheamus bro kicks him to look tough after the loss. This shit doesn't fucking make me think he can beat Orton. It's what a waste. You could have had him bro kick him as soon as the match began, pin him fast for a dominant win. That would make him look like a threat. Or even better, have him take the Khali chop and just fucking don't sell it. Bro kick this bitch 1, 2, 3. The dumb booking here is really dumb. Like, I'm supposed to think Sheamus has a shot at beating Orton now. Ooh, wow, I'm gonna order pay-per-view. Can Sheamus do it? He says he can only cut off his own hand. He can't even beat the Great Khali. Yeah, Great Khali's big, but people been beating his ass. It ain't that hard to beat the Great Khali. Next, we got the beginning of an awesome segment. Yeah, I think everybody remembers the segment. Edge comes out with the cutting edge with his guest, Noah Kaiba, the Anonymous GM. I think this segment at the end is what everybody thinks of, but the little promo before that's pretty good because we get Edge. He asks the GM why it's a spineless coward. And we get this funny robot voice. I'll try to do it for you. Here he goes. Why are you such a moron? Wait, did Edge book that Khali Sheamus match? Oh, yeah, he is a moron. Edge says that's the worst voice ever. Not true, Edge. Not true. You ever seen that Adventure Time? When Jake gets translated for Lady Rainicorn, but it's an old man's voice? That's worse. That's heat. Edge says he fought the GM with Stone Cold Steve Austin, or Shawn Michaels, or Bob Barker. By the way, first time two of those people are going to be mentioned tonight. They will be mentioned later on in another great segment. He then says, judging by his decision making, the GM is Lindsay Lohan after another bender. Okay, that's kind of funny. The GM says, why do you have to hate, yo? Ed says, why do you keep interfering with my business? Why am I arguing with a computer? A really funny moment of meta commentary. It says we've gone from Stone Cold studying Mr. McMahon to Edge arguing with a computer. That was good. I mean, that got repeated, I think, in the WTF moments for that year, like the Slammies thing. That was pretty fucking funny. I like meta. Like, it's pretty funny. It reminds me of, on Buffy, when there was an episode where she's supposed to be in a mental institution, but really it's just her having, a mental breakdown or something. And they're even telling her, oh, you went from fighting this gods to fighting free people from your high school. It's just fun. I like a meta commentary like that. Yeah. Okay. The GM scheduled a match between Edge and this man. And his name is John Cena. I believe this is the last John Cena Edge match that happened so far. Will we see another one in 2022? Only time will tell. Michael Cole says during the match, John Cena, if he joins the Nexus, that's like LeBron James joining the Miami Heat. Yeah, it didn't quite work out like that at all. It's not like one season after LeBron joined Miami Heat, they were suddenly completely destroyed as a team and basically never recovered. Anyway, that starts okay. Edge throws Cena in the steps. He reverses AA to an Edge-O-Matic, which, by the way, did they ever actually give it that name, like in real life? I've heard it in the games a lot. That's where I got the name from. I'm sure a lot of people had the same experience. But did the commentators say it? Did Edge call it that? Did anybody? Comment below. All right. Cena throws punches. Goes for the flying shoulder block. But Edge ducks. Later, Cena goes for another AA, and then Edge reverses to the execution. Another move I'm not sure if had the name. Cena with the throwback. Edge the Spirit, he wins, but wait, there's more. Cena's foot's under the bottom rope. Noah chimes in and forces the match to continue. By the way, Edge is wearing the cool Mexican skull attire he was wearing this time. Skull logo on the tights. He didn't wear it that long. I kind of wish he could bring it back because that was really cool. It had like the knives. It was dope. If Edge somehow sees this, can you bring that back? You know, just put a logo. Just you don't have to be your own logo. You can put other logos. Anyway. Alright, Cena counters Spirit the FCF and Edge taps out. It's an okay match. I'm going to give it 2 out of 0.5. Lightning bolts out of 5. For historical significance, I guess it's more important, but I didn't really enjoy it. All I meant, it was okay for what it was. Probably the best actual match on the show, but not really that good. Now we have a funny, forgotten moment for Raw. The entire reason I want to review this. Edge looks at the fun pewter. Super Nintendo Chalmers says, Edge, you have the crazy eyes. And Edge starts whooping his computer's ass. He knocks the laptop about him. He gets it. He breaks it over his knee. The Super Nintendo Chalmers crying, call, help me. Like the fly and shit. He hits it with a chair and a table. When it drops, it's awesome. He busts the motherboard. I love this. Reminds me of Ric Flair when he beat up his jacket. Oh, he elbow dropped it. Yeah, that was cool. He elbow dropped the computer. Let's go. Fun on the right end segment. 5 lightning bolts all the way because that was awesome. We get an ad for Chris Jericho's DVD set, his first one, which I have. This is a really good DVD set. If you like Jericho, pick it up. And even if you don't like Jericho, you might enjoy it. As long as it's price good. You get some cool matches with like Ultimate Dragon, Cactus Jack, Triple H, Austin Taker. You get his matches with Ray, which is really good. And you get cool little segments like the Man of 1,004 Holes, which we will be very important later on to this episode of Random Raw Review. Alright, Nexus out with their goated ass theme. Tag match, Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater, who were a pretty good team, versus Mark Henry and Emborn. Wouldn't mind seeing Henry and Bourne, or Seidel as he's now known, team up in AEW one more time. If Mark can do it. I'm not sure he can actually wrestle. But if he can do like a World Strongest Slam, I think they could have a pretty good little fun tag match. Just one time. You know, maybe against Team Tag or something. I don't know. In fact, I think you could have him do a World Strongest Slam to Powerhouse Hobbs. He goes for the pin and Hobbs kicks out. And then you make Hobbs look better and then eventually they lose the match. And Powerhouse Hobbs can say he beat the legend Mark Henry or something. I don't know. Just his fault in my head. Because Seidel was feuding with the Team Taz previously, so I think he could work into that. Anyway, Justin Gabriel. Oh no, I skipped ahead a lot. Gabriel and Slater do a little body slam, running knee combo like Gabriel slams Bourne. Slater does the knee. Bourne hits a cool jumping knee, you know, like basically the V-trigger knee. What was it called that? Mark Henry comes in for the tag. He cleans some house, but Nexus starts getting the advantage. Justin Gabriel goes for a 450 onto Bourne, but he moves out the way. That leaves to Bourne, hitting the shooting star press. He's very over, by the way. We get a weird finish where it's Slater ducks under the bottom rope. He pushes Gabriel's ass. So he rolls through in the pin, and he just kind of pins him and Bourne. It looked pretty cool, but so weird. Anyway, 2 lightning bolts. I enjoyed this. It was short, but it was sweet, so whatever. Certainly a match, you know. After the match, Nexus throws Mark into the steps. They put a cool ass beat down at Evan Bourne. Poor man's getting murdered. Brutal waist letter for Wade and a 450 of the Gabriel. I can't believe they never made Evan Bourne for Justin Gabriel. That seems like an easy match book. Anyway, Wade cuts a promo. He says, you're either Nexus or against us. At the Hell in a Cell, John Cena won't be against us. He said they don't need Cena, but he's going to serve a purpose to the group. He says they're going to help demoralize the entire WWE. Pretty good little promo here. Otunga says they're invading SmackDown on Friday. WWE sure likes to have wrestlers invade their shows, huh? I see where TNA stole it from. Michael Tarver says the bad news is we are the bad news. Okay, that was a pretty good line. Anyway, tag team title match next with champions who are 2 guys who are doing amazingly well in 2022. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. They're defending against the Hart Dynasty, a team I miss a lot. Tyson Hart Kidd and David Hart Smith. Okay, Davey is a stupid Trump supporter, so he can go suck a limit. But damn, Tyson was so good. And Natalya's here too. You know, she's a manager. And also had pretty cool looking gear too, with like the pink and white and the skulls and the wings. You know, really cool Hart-inspired stuff. Cody enters with Drew looking at the virtual mirror thing where he looks back on the screen. I like that too. That was cool. Alright. Apparently this match already happened on SmackDown before this, but Drew used the exposed turnbuckle to steal a victory. So we have a rematch just happened for literally no reason but to fill time. I don't like when WWE does this. I feel like you could do something better. Like, why not just flip the matches? Have Mark and Evan Bourne fight for tag titles against the Dashing Chosen Ones, as I like to call them, and have the Nexus fight the Hart Dynasty. I mean, this should still be a good match, but it's just annoying. Like, you could do better. Tyson with a pretty cool flipping reverse sunset flip thing over the ropes that he did. He does the Cody. Cody comes back with a beautiful disaster. Love that move. I think he kind of replaced it, though, with a jumping cutter. You know, it is what it is. Jerry Lawler makes some dumb joke, I don't remember, and Michael Cole does a horrible laugh. He does, it sounds forced. You know, I'm like that. This is a really bad laugh. Tyson hits a cool spin kick on Drew to tag Davey. Davey hits a running knee on Cody. He hits a cool Saito suplex to Cody. Finishes Tyson getting pushed off by Drew as he's going for the heart attack to allow Cody to hit crossroads on Davey for the win. He kind of pushed him, and then Tyson just kind of slaps the back of Davey, and it's kind of weird. And then he gets the crossroads from Cody from there. I guess it's a little better than the last time match. 2.5 lightning bolts. Don't know. It didn't really. Neither of these matches really bothered me. Okay. Afterwards, Davey is yelling at Tyson because he's mad that he's trying to keep the peace. Baby walks away in anger because he's not a fan of Oasis. R-Truth's at the back. He tells Cena he will always have his back. That's not true. For a lot of reasons. But anyway. And Cena says he's going to go to the SmackDown premiere to deal with the Nexus. Pretty much. There was some other stuff there, but anyway. Time for the main event. It's time for the main event. Alright, Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho. Before we get to the match itself, we have another Frozen Forgotten Raw moment, in my opinion. This would be one of Jericho's infamous lists. Called by the fans the man of 1,004 opponents. So Jericho does a pretty good promo putting over Orton. Says he's the Viper. Says he's a dangerous man. But he will defang him. He said he will add him to the list. He will join the list of Hall of Famers and legends who've been beaten by Chris Jericho. Here we go. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Kane, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, who he beat twice, Invader 1, Invader 2, Viano 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, The Great Muta, Funaki, Fuyuki, Gedo, Sting, Flair, Goldberg, Flash Flanagan, Flash Funk, Kevin Nash, Diesel, Oz, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, American Starship Eagle. Let's go. And then Randy Orton goes up. This is very similar to the list of people he doesn't want to wrestle again. He had AEW, the Listico Le Champion. It's kind of like the precursor to that. That's a sequel to this. Anyway, Randy Orton comes out. That's the whole list, though. If you want to watch the whole thing, go find the episode. It's a pretty funny list. Pretty gonna gag. Anyway, match starts. Jericho's beaten down in the corner. Gets hit with a clothesline. Jericho comes back with a nice rib kick. Orton takes over another clothesline, does the Orton stomp, you know. Sheamus appears on stage like it's a fucking cutscene from W2K. Jericho hits a pretty nice enziguri in the back of Orton's head. Crap. Jericho hits a turnbuckle post. Randy goes for an RKO. First backs up in. That was pretty cool. He gets two. He does the ask him choke. Back suplex Orton. He does a 2K comeback. Jericho to Bulldog. He's able to hit it. Randy's able to hit a backbreaker on Jericho. Does a lance hold, but he lands on his feet because he, I guess, anticipated Randy. He does a backbreaker, and again, I don't think he ever had a name. Jericho throws him off the RKO and hits a lance hold. Jericho hits the walls. Jericho. Randy Orton's able to reverse. Hits the draping DDT. Goes for RKO, but dumbass Sheamus interferes. But because of fucking course he does. He hits a DDT too. Randy goes for the butt kick on Sheamus, but Chris hit them with a code breaker, and then goes for a chair. He hits an RKO. And then he punts Chris in the head. Another moment that I feel has kind of been forgotten. Chris Jericho after this would be gone for 15 months. When he would return would be the end of the world as you know it. Little build-up thing. And also the best of the world feud with CM Punk. I digress. This match was not really good. One lineable. I did not enjoy this. It felt very slow. It just didn't feel like they clicked. And it's not horrible. He did do a good job of making Orton look like a Fred, and the punt was cool at the end. The punt was one of the better punts he ever hit. But yeah. So anyway, but now I'm done with this Raw. What's my official opinion of this Raw? Overall, I would give this Raw a 6 lightning bolts out of 10. I don't. No, let's stay with the 5. Yeah, I'll give it. Let's say 3 lightning bolts out of 5. Mostly for the moments we have, the forgotten moments, so to speak, of the Live Man of 1,004 opponents, Edge destroying the anonymous GM. Bye bye, Super Nintendo Trommers. I'm sure he'll be gone soon. He won't come back next week with no real issues. And I did like the Daniel Bryan beatdown in the beginning and the tag match. I feel like that they did a good job also of hyping up the pay per view. They did for the most part. Nah, it was Sheamus. That was bullshit. But for the most part, they did a good job. But there's not really a whole lot here wrestling wise you'd want to watch and tune into. The tag matches were okay. The Cena Edge for historical purposes, fine. It was better than Orton and Jericho in my opinion. But like nothing really stands out on that. But I do think those segments, if you want to watch it, I would suggest just watching Edge destroying the computer. I watched the promo before too when he does the cutting edge. It's pretty funny. Watch Jericho doing the Man of 1,004 opponents, and maybe the opening with Miz and Daniel and Alex and Morrison, maybe. But I wouldn't. You can just skip that one. You kind of just go to the promos. But yeah, it was kind of cool to watch a 2-hour Raw again because these 3-hour Raws drain you, and 2-hour one at least. Well, at least it was more like you're moving on to something else almost every other segment. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Thought 3 lightning bolts out of 5, fair enough. And I really did love seeing they destroy the computer again and hearing the Man of 1,004 opponents again. It's been a while, and hope you liked the video. Thank you. Have a great day.